Hello and welcome to the Clockwork 42 channel. I'm the madman behind the wheel. Today we're taking a look at Storm Collectibles Golden Axe Death Adder, the big bad final boss from the classic 16-bit arcade game of the same name. Storm has done something special here. I'm going to get one size comparison out of the way just to give you an idea of how ginormous this gargantuan figure is. For some people, superheroes, maybe classic Saturday morning cartoons. My nostalgia trigger is high fantasy, 16-bit arcade classics, action figures. And this is the trifecta of all three. And Storm Collectibles just has me in their pocket right now. What an amazing figure. I was nervous about the idea of having rubber skin over an articulated body, but after spending time with it, the more time I spend with it, the more I love it. Out of the box, I wasn't too impressed, but right now, I feel I've got a contender for the #1 spot at the end of the year. The rubber skin might seem like it's a hindrance, but the word I think I would use is challenging. I felt a little bit challenged to pose this guy. It's new, it's different, it has a different feel, and nuances you got to get used to, learn how to work it. But at the end of the day, it's an action figure. And like any other action figure, it just takes a little bit of time to set up the pose. And once you get it locked in, you'll hold it. We have double jointed knees, double jointed elbows. That rotation into the thigh, good range of motion, forward and backwards. It's an articulated figure with a statuesque aesthetic. I have no problems calling this a posable statue because it seems like it's the first time I can use that phrase, and it's a good thing. It's a highly posable figure with all these clean lines. No breaks in the sculpt like we're used to seeing. And as I go to demonstrate the arm articulation, I get a little bit of resistance. The upper portion of the double joint on that arm was giving me issues while I was filming this. I've since remedied it, but I'll show you on the left arm. We can get better than 90. We can hold it. To me, that's impressive. For how this figure is engineered with how well he can be articulated. Man, I just love it. If you had told me 30 years ago that there would be Golden Axe action figures down the road, I would not have expected those figures to be as good as these are. The skeletons, the dragon, axe battler, and Death Adder here, they've all been so well translated into action figure form. You watch as I struggle to get my pose set up here. In the beginning I was still struggling a little bit, but like I said, you just got to spend some time with it, find the balance. Grab the box and we'll dig out some accessories. We have 2 head portraits, 4 sets of hands, and the golden axe. Which doesn't sound like much, but it does allow for a lot of expressive posing. Maybe some intimidating vanilla poses. But all of these figures together look so good on the shelf. And this is only half of my skeleton army. Got a couple more packs off screen. Like, I felt like these were winners from the start. Like I knew I had to have them in my collection. And these are still in high demand. I see comments, people begging Storm to re-release them. That would be cool if they did. I know a lot of people are feeling they're missing out. I think I have enough, but I would gladly buy more. I saw those silver ones. I think they were a con exclusive. I'd love to get my hands on those. Really tempted to get the bloody version of Motaro from Storm Collectibles, only because it comes with a green skeleton. But there's enough of those bloody Motaros without the skeleton for sale on eBay that I think I'd be stuck with it. But this is such a good figure. You just got to step out of that comfort zone of what you're used to with action figures and just see if you like it. Kind of like my last video with the Mezco figure, sampling something new. But I gotta say, Storm Collectibles is my go-to. Like, I think I'm becoming a fanboy for Storm. I cannot wait to get the rest of the characters. They teased the dwarf and the Amazon at Wonderfest, and I have pictures saved on my phone, and I go back to them and just stare and drool. However, the dwarf, Gilius Thunderhead, was teased again as being an official release. I really hope to see that soon. I cannot wait. Take a little bit closer look. One thing you can look at is the abs on this guy. And there's an asymmetrical sculpt to them that gives it a real, or kind of a natural, human-looking aesthetic to it. It's like it was sculpted after an actual bodybuilder. I wouldn't call it imperfections. You know, everyone has a different body, but, you know, different shapes in the abs, the musculature. It's a very subtle detail that adds a lot to the figure. See, as I'm wiggling some of the parts, he definitely has all the modern articulation features. No, he doesn't have that diaphragm cut. It's more akin to a Mythic Legions figure in terms of the torso articulation. You got a ball at the waist, but he is much more poseable than our Mythic Legions here. And I'm just busting these ogres out to give you another idea of the scale of this guy. I'm trying not to steal his spotlight. A couple of Mythic Legions ogres, and we'll toss up one of their standard size figures. I'm digging this. I feel like these two lines can blend together. Although Mythic Legions are a little bit more detailed, a little bit more grittiness to them than the Storm Collectibles figures. The only issue I had with this figure was the wrist joints. All the joints on this figure have really tight tolerances just to compensate for the rubber trying to flex back. And the wrists have the same issue. Unfortunately, I broke one of the pegs while trying to manipulate it. Thankfully, I had the know-how to repair it, well, to the best of my abilities. And for the most part, it's hidden. The gauntlets, being a separate piece, can slide forward just a fuzz to help hide those joints. And that's not different than how it was before I broke it. So it was an easy fix for me. Or not easy, but a convenient fix. We can take Death Adder for a walk. He can hold his axe one-handed, two-handed. He can achieve the power pose, power walk. Man, he looks great. Guys, if you missed out, I'm sorry. If you're celebrating this with me, hell yeah. Hell yeah is the official rating on the fun to 10 scale. And went ahead and put him on his toes for you. How stable is it? Well, I'm just gonna flip him around till he falls. You tell me. I was trying to do a good running pose like he does in the video game, and while he can get a tight knee bend, he is a big, beefy figure, and I do not have a flight stand that can support him. Just massive, impressive Death Adder Golden Axe goodness. And Axe Battler there. I was trying to recreate his pose, or his walking animation from the video game. It could do some work. We're just having fun here. That's what's great about YouTube. It's the Wild West out here for us new channels. We're just out here doing whatever. Man, Storm Collectibles. They don't make everything for everyone, but if you find something you like that they're making, by all means, check it out. Just a great action figure company. Man, they really got me with Golden Axe. More, please. Soon, please. Oh, dynamic poses? Yeah, he can do that too. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. I've got more Storm figures on the way, so we're all in, people. Take care.